Buenos dias! We got ourselves an ambitious day today. We're gonna try to get 22 rows off the 24-row planter. We already have these first 2 rows done, rows 1 and 2, ready to rock and roll. 22 to go. We have 6 rows done, which is 25% of the planter. I'm averaging about 25 minutes row, 22 and a half if I'm really humdinging it. Before I continue on and get too crazy with the planter, this pin that holds these closing wheels into place, when we lift up on it, we see we got a bunch of play in it right now. The part store closes here in a few minutes. I'm gonna run in and I'm gonna go see what a brand new one looks like, because if brand new ones look just like this, I guess there's no point in taking them apart. I just don't think they do look like that, because like this side's flat, but then that side's got a lip on it. Right there. So I'm guessing they're pretty warped, but I want to see what a new one looks like. Oh. So I made a pretty good call going in and checking this out. So this is the old one. See how we had a nice little wear point right there, and this kind of burred on the edge. And then this is a new one. So we have no burr on the edge at all. So look at that. Old one in the back, new one in the front. Quite the difference. And then this is the old nylon bushing. When we put it on there, we got that much wiggle. Then when we put the new nylon bushing on, we got like half the wiggle. So got new nylon bushings, and we ordered 24 of these. 26 bucks a piece. I don't know what these were. Oh no, you locked the door, Grandma.
I didn't. I didn't lock the door. I didn't lock it.
I'm trying to figure out how to get to
my what?
main menu on here.
Go to home.
Which one's home?
Down here.
Oh, there we go. Okay, you should be connected now, Grandma.
Does it say it's connected? It says not connected.
This is connected right there.
Well, I never got it connected. What'd you do? Tell me what you did.
I hit pair device, and I opened Bluetooth on here, and...
That's what I did.
Command, please.
Call. Okay, it's connected. Thank you.
Those 10 rows are done, and these 4 rows are done. We're over halfway now, so we're on the downhill slide, at least on the 24-row planter. I thought I was gonna have some help today. If I would've, we would've got these last 10 rows done. Well, technically that one's already somewhat tore apart. 9.5 rows to go. I'm gonna shut that window. When stuff's been sitting outside in the cold and we bring it in, we like to open the windows on it, so that way the warm air can get inside the cab, dry everything out. Then you don't get kind of that sticky, wet, messy kind of... Oh, why was there water in that? Then if you leave the windows open too long, after everything's already got up to temperature inside, then it gets nice and dusty in there. I don't like it when we have a dusty cab. This truck is a prime example. Roll up the window. At the parts store today, we just have enough stuff basically to do this side, and I can do 1 row in the back. I have enough for 11 rows. We're gonna be replacing these orange things with different things. And the orange things are not in yet, so we can't really put the row back together because those orange things are on the inside. But that's fine, because we still gotta get this side tore apart, and we also gotta get the 16-row tore apart. And then we need to do a list of what parts we need on this one. This one definitely needs more. I know we got a couple bearings out on a few of these, and maybe some shim sleeves or whatever we want to call those inside of there. That shouldn't do that. But the good news is this is 16 rows instead of 24, so it'll be a little quicker. The John Deere, from a mechanical perspective, should be all ready to go. I think all the filters have been changed. This has had a full servicing. It's ready. 340? That's a really good question. We need to look at the hour sheet. Probably need to change the oil on it, change the filters, change the air filter. I don't think the inside of the cab really needs much. I just want to be ready for planting season this year, because it seems like always in the past, we should have been out there a week ago and we're still working on stuff in the shed just because we got started on it late. Or we kind of burn a really good first day of running, just messing with everything out in the field because we were just kind of late to the game. So we were on time, but as we all know, being on time is late. I want to have these things ready a month before we need them, so that way once it's go time, we can just load them up with seed and then we can go. And I'm kind of thinking this year, once we get done using them, I just want to pull them in the shop right away, tear them completely apart. The 24 row, all the disc openers, all the frogs are going to be completely rebuilt for next season anyway. So it's like, well, while we're in the planter mood and we got everything out, it's all fresh in our mind. Let's just get it done, take a couple days to do it, put it away ready. So then we won't have to do this next year. It'll just be ready to go. And that's always something easier said than done, but that's what we're striving to be. Just as soon as we're done, just get it ready for next year. Then it's just like having your clothes laid out the night before. So when you wake up in the morning, you don't have to think of what you're gonna wear. You just get up, oh, your outfit's already laying there. I know we can't get our planner perfect, that's just impossible, but we can get it a lot closer to perfect than we have it. So I figured last year alone, if we lost 85 bushels compared to, like if our top row did 85 bushels better than our worst row, we kind of left like $500,000 on the table on our crop. So we want to address those problems, and that's what we're doing. Or I should say we're doing everything in our power to be able to eliminate all those variables. We're trying to control the controllables because there's so many things we can't control. So control what we can. If you're curious, my reading literature lately has been this book teaching about soil fertility and getting the soil balanced. And then I just got a new book the other day from my old college roommate, Zach. $100 million offer. So I'm going to be reading for a while. The planter's going on hold for today because Justin's here. It's the weekend. We are going to put up some more tin today. Really?
We thought maybe work on this one for a while here.
Come on, Justin. I wear my special hat with the ball on top, getting ready for the ceiling.
Yeah, well, we can. I mean, it's up to you. Let's look at this.
Is that one just so much lower than that one? Mm-hmm. And same with that one?
Mm-hmm. That'll work, that'll work.
Oh.
That's your bag.
We need to put more ceiling tin on, but the problem is we can't put more ceiling tin on until we get this wall done because we need to get the edge trim piece done. And this is where it's gonna get a little annoying. That gap right there, we're gonna have a whole sheet, we're gonna have another whole sheet, and then there's gonna be like 2 inches of gap. So Justin's gonna have to take a whole sheet like this, and he's just gonna have to rip it 2 inches wide, all the way down. We got almost half a wall. If we get to that pole right there, that's the halfway point. I'm really excited to get this wall done because once that's done, those boxes back there have our radiant tube heater in it. We'll be able to take that out and we'll actually be able to get it hung up, which that will then allow us to finish this back corner because right now, when we hang up that radiant tube heating system, we need to know where the exhaust outlet is going to be because if it's not going to be there, we don't want to put the tin up, cut the hole, and then end up not using that hole. Then we just have a random hole in our piece of tin. I'm thinking it should be able to go through that. Dad thinks that the exhaust should not go down at all, but I don't know if the tube heater ends like right there and it has to go down like 10 inches. I guess I don't really see that being a problem. I mean, it's air being forced out. Maybe I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I hope I'm not wrong because I'd like to be able to use that hole because we already have a hole cut on the outside. So, I mean, that would work perfect. We're going to be cutting it close with 2x4s as well, which is a good thing because when we get done, I don't really want to have a pile like this big just chilling out doing nothing. Well, it would be doing something, and that would be sitting on the trailer in the side shed until we needed something with 2x4s, but I'm just starting to get to the point where I do not like having a bunch of extra inventory of stuff on hand. I like just what we need, so then you can just keep everything clean. And to be completely honest, most of the time, with the equipment we're getting into, if you need one bolt, you usually don't have the exact bolt you need, or it's not the hardness you're looking for, or it's maybe just a little bit too short or a little bit too long. So you end up going to the parts store anyway, and you don't really end up using these. These are just kind of like a, hey, we made something random and we need to bolt something together. That's 99% of our bolt rack usage. And also, at least for me, it seems like you don't usually just break a bolt. It's usually a bolt and something else. So you're at the parts store anyway, so instead of having $2,000 worth of bolts sitting on the bolt rack, I just had $0 worth of bolts sitting on the bolt rack, and when I'm in the parts store getting the part I need anyway, then I can just grab a bolt then, and then we can keep a clean shop. I've been starting to make some non-negotiable, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, ideas, self-talk, things with myself, and that's just about like being consistent and actually doing things. For me, I tend to be an all or nothing kind of person, so if I try to do things like every other day or every 2 days or 3 times a week, then like I'll do it one day, then the next day I'm pretty tired. Then the day after that I'm like, I'm kind of sore, I'll just wait another day. And then like 4 things end up coming up for the next 4 days. All of a sudden it's been a week since I've done that activity that I wanted to do basically every single day. So I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna do a little bit every single day. So one of those big ones for me is Spanish. I've been learning how to speak Spanish. I've actually been learning for 365 days now, for an entire year. So I'd say I have like a kindergarten, first grade level. Like if someone's having a conversation, I can understand like 1 out of 4 words. And if I know the premise of the conversation in English ahead of time and then I hear them talking, then I can pick it up and I'm like, oh yeah, that's what they're talking about. But then another one for me is exercise, working out, getting stronger, doing things that are physically exerting for our bodies. And just 30 minutes a day is what I try to do. And I find myself sitting there like today. I've worked 12, almost 13 hours. And I'm like, man, I'm tired, I'm hungry, I just want to sit down, I don't have time to work out. But then I'll find myself sitting there scrolling through YouTube or emails or just researching random things on the internet for an hour and 45 minutes. And then I'm like, Cole, you just told yourself you didn't have time, but you had an hour and 45 minutes to sit here on the couch looking at this stuff. That makes 0 sense. So I just said, you know what? We're doing 30 minutes every single day. I have 30 minutes. As much as I think I don't have 30 minutes, I have 30 minutes. When I wake up in the morning and I scroll through my phone for 30 minutes before I get out of bed, that's my 30 minutes right now, right there. So what if I just got out of bed and came and worked out instead of being on my phone? Because I usually feel kind of cruddy after I've been scrolling on my phone for 30 minutes anyhow. So then I'd feel a whole lot better. If I don't want to do it in the morning, I can do it at night, but I just need to be consistent with it. So workout time. Oh, we got a fun day today. We're doing pushes, so bench press and pull-ups. Okay, at 8:40, we're done. We'll bench for 15 minutes, and then we will do pull-ups for 15 minutes. I wonder if I can do this 20 times. Ooh, this feels heavy today. Oh yeah, I'm feeling that. That hurts. Chickened out. We got 3 more. I like this. The math is easy. There is none. You just go till you can't do anymore. And then when your time runs out, you're done. Bench press is done. We're at our 15 minutes. That gets a good burn. I'm not used to doing stuff to failure. I've always just done like sets of 5 in the past for strength. But these sets of 20, doesn't take many to... You're done. Now we got scaffolding pull-ups. We're going to failure on these. As many sets to failure as we can in 15 minutes. These ones are going to be rough. $30 minutes. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit down and watch this video. We really appreciate it. As always, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. And while you're down there, be sure to leave a comment. I've been trying some new stuff lately, so if you like what we're doing, the little bit more inclusive behind the scenes things going on, let me know. If you don't like it, we'll figure out something else to do. But also while you're down there, don't forget new Cornstar Farms merch. Otherwise, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.